Boxcar Bertha is a 1972 American romantic crime drama directed by Martin Scorsese. It was produced by Roger Corman, and the screenplay was written by Joyce Corman and John Klugman. The film was made on a low budget and is a loose adaptation of Sister of the Road, a pseudo-autobiographical account of the character Bertha Thompson. This was Scorsese's second feature film. The cast includes Barbara Hershey, David Carradine, Barry Primus, Bernie Casey, and John Carradine. Boxcar Bertha is a low-budget film released in 1972, directed by Martin Scorsese and based on the book Sister of the Road by Boxcar Bertha Thompson. The movie is set during the Great Depression and follows the real-life adventures of Bertha Thompson, a young woman who turns to a life of crime to survive. The film opens with Bertha meeting Bill Shelley, a union organizer, on a train. The two become fast friends and soon find themselves on the run from the law. They join a group of hobos and begin a life of crime, riding the rails and robbing trains. As they travel, Bertha and Bill encounter a variety of characters, both good and bad. They meet a kind-hearted preacher who offers them shelter and a group of violent railroad detectives who are determined to bring them to justice. Throughout the film, Bertha proves herself to be a tough and resourceful woman, able to hold her own in a world dominated by men. She is not afraid to fight back when threatened and is always looking for ways to improve her situation. Despite the hardships she faces, Bertha never loses her sense of humor or her sense of hope. She remains optimistic about the future, even when things seem bleak. Boxcar Bertha is a gritty and realistic portrayal of life during the Great Depression. It offers a unique perspective on this time period, showing the struggles and hardships faced by those on the margins of society. The film is also notable for being one of Martin Scorsese's early works. It showcases his talent for storytelling and his ability to create vivid and memorable characters. Overall, Boxcar Bertha is a powerful and moving film that is sure to leave a lasting impression on viewers. Its depiction of life during the Great Depression is both authentic and compelling, and its portrayal of Bertha Thompson is inspiring and unforgettable. Boxcar Bertha is a 1972 movie directed by Martin Scorsese and based on the novel Sister of the Road by Ben L. Rietman. The film features Barbara Hershey as Bertha, a young woman who becomes involved with a dishonest gambler named Rick Brown, played by David Carradine. Bertha's life takes a turn for the worse when she starts working in a bordello. However, she finds a new purpose when she meets union organizer Big Bill Shelley, played by Barry Primus. Together, they partner up to fight for the rights of the workers and improve their living conditions. Throughout the movie, Bertha faces numerous challenges and hardships, but she remains determined and resilient. She becomes a strong advocate for the union and plays a crucial role in the labor movement. The film is set in the 1930s during the Great Depression and provides a glimpse into the struggles and challenges faced by people during that time. It highlights the importance of unity and collective action in the face of adversity. Overall, Boxcar Bertha is a powerful and thought-provoking movie that showcases the strength and resilience of the human spirit. It features strong performances by the lead actors and is a must-watch for fans of Scorsese's work. After the success of Bloody Mama, producer Roger Corman wanted to create another female gangster film. He chose Martin Scorsese to direct, based on his first feature, Who's That Knocking at My Door? The production of Boxcar Bertha took place in Arkansas, with a tight 24-day shooting schedule. The film was set in the 1930s during the Great Depression and followed the story of a young woman named Bertha Thompson, played by Barbara Hershey. Bertha becomes involved with a group of railroad workers who turn to a life of crime, led by the charismatic Bill Shelley, portrayed by David Carradine. Boxcar Bertha was a low-budget production, but Corman was known for making the most of his resources. The film settings, including the railroad cars and rural locations, were authentically recreated to capture the look and feel of the era. Scorsese's direction brought a sense of energy and intensity to the film, which was reflected in the performances of the cast. Hershey's portrayal of Bertha was gritty and raw, while Carradine brought a charm and danger to his role as Bill Shelley. The film was met with mixed reviews upon its release, but it has since gained a cult following. Boxcar Bertha marked an important milestone in Scorsese's career, as it was his first film to receive a wide release and brought him to the attention of a larger audience. Overall, Boxcar Bertha was a significant film in the career of Martin Scorsese and an important contribution to the genre of female gangster films. Its production background, setting, and performances have made it a lasting and memorable film. It's a common misconception that Julie Corman, wife of director Roger Corman, obtained the film rights for Boxcar Bertha directly from the real-life Bertha Thompson. However, this rumor has been debunked as a work of fiction by Ben L. Rietman, who wrote about his experiences with Thompson in the book Sister of the Road. Boxcar Bertha is a 1972 crime drama film directed by Martin Scorsese and produced by Roger Corman. The film is loosely based on the life of Bertha Thompson, a young woman who turned to a life of crime and prostitution in the 1930s. The film explores themes of poverty, survival, and the struggle for power in a world dominated by men. The film stars Barbara Hershey as Bertha and David Carradine as Big Bill Shelley, a union organizer and Bertha's love interest. The film is set during the Great Depression and follows Bertha as she becomes involved with a group of train-hopping hobos and union organizers. Together, they engage in a series of daring train robberies and confrontations with corrupt law enforcement officials. Boxcar Bertha was Martin Scorsese's first studio film and marked the beginning of his successful directing career. The film was produced by Roger Corman, who was known for his low-budget horror and exploitation films. Despite its modest budget, Boxcar Bertha features impressive cinematography and a gritty, realistic portrayal of life during the Great Depression. While the film takes some liberties with the true story of Bertha Thompson, it remains a powerful and thought-provoking exploration of the human condition. The film's themes of poverty, survival, and the struggle for power continue to resonate with audiences today, making Boxcar Bertha a timeless classic. After the screening of his 1972 film Boxcar Bertha, Martin Scorsese received some valuable advice from fellow director John Cassavetes. Cassavetes urged Scorsese to steer clear of exploitation films and instead focus on creating more personal and meaningful projects. This conversation had a significant impact on Scorsese, leading him to develop his next film, Mean Streets. Boxcar Bertha was Scorsese's second feature film, and it was produced by B-movie king Roger Corman, who was known for his low-budget exploitation films. The movie was based on a true story and followed a group of railroad workers who turned to crime during the Great Depression. While the film had some positive reviews, it was not the critical success that Scorsese had hoped for. During a post-screening discussion, Cassavetes expressed his concerns about the direction of Scorsese's career. He believed that Scorsese had the talent and vision to create something more substantial than just exploitation films. Cassavetes' words resonated with Scorsese, and he took them to heart. As a result, Scorsese's next film, Mean Streets, was a significant departure from Boxcar Bertha. It was a deeply personal project that explored the world of the Italian-American community in New York City. The film was a critical success and established Scorsese as a rising talent in the film industry. In conclusion, John Cassavetes' advice to Martin Scorsese after the screening of Boxcar Bertha had a profound impact on the direction of Scorsese's career. It led him to create more personal and meaningful films, starting with Mean Streets. This advice was a turning point for Scorsese and helped shape his legacy as one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. The filming of the 1972 movie Boxcar Bertha presented several challenges, particularly during the train sequences. To tackle these logistical issues, the production team decided to shoot all the train-related scenes over the course of a week. This decision allowed them to focus specifically on the complexities of filming in and around moving trains, ensuring a smoother and more efficient production process. The intense concentration of train sequences in this single week helped the crew to manage the unique difficulties of this type of filming, resulting in more effective and dynamic scenes in the final movie. Barbara Hershey, an accomplished actress, had mixed feelings about her experience working on the 1972 movie Boxcar Bertha. On one hand, she enjoyed the filming process and working with the cast and crew. However, she had reservations about the film's explicit content, including sex and violence. Despite her misgivings about the film's content, Hershey spoke positively about her time on set. She formed close relationships with her co-stars and the crew and found the experience of making the film to be a rewarding one. However, Hershey has been open about her discomfort with the film's graphic scenes. She has spoken about how she found the violence and sexual content to be unnecessary and distasteful, and how she wishes that the film had taken a different approach. Overall, while Barbara Hershey may not have been a fan of the final product, she still looks back on the filming of Boxcar Bertha with fondness, thanks to the positive relationships she formed and the valuable experience she gained. Roger Corman, a seasoned producer in the film industry, had a reputation for requesting the inclusion of nudity in his movies. When he hired Martin Scorsese to direct Boxcar Bertha in 1972, he allegedly suggested that Scorsese incorporate nudity every 15 pages. However, Scorsese later downplayed this claim, indicating a more moderate inclusion of nudity in the film. The requirement for nudity was not an uncommon practice in Corman's productions, as he aimed to attract a wider audience and increase the commercial success of his films. However, the extent of this requirement varied from project to project. In the case of Boxcar Bertha, the nudity is used sparingly and is not gratuitous, but rather serves to enhance the story's themes of love, betrayal, and survival during the Great Depression. It is important to note that the inclusion of nudity in Boxcar Bertha was not the primary focus of the film, nor was it the main reason for its success. The movie is remembered for its gritty and raw portrayal of the struggles faced by its characters, as well as for launching the careers of both Scorsese and actor Barbara Hershey. In conclusion, while Corman did request nudity in Boxcar Bertha, the film's enduring appeal lies in its powerful storytelling and the emergence of Scorsese as a talented director. The nudity is a minor aspect of the movie and does not detract from its overall impact or significance in the world of cinema. In the 1972 movie Boxcar Bertha, director Martin Scorsese paid tribute to filmmakers Michael Powell and Emeric Pressburger by adding fictional names to the cast list. This tribute was a nod to the duo's significant contributions to the world of cinema. The fictional names included Barry Pock, John August, and Graham Pratt. Interestingly, there was an unrelated individual named Graham Pratt who was also part of the cast. The inclusion of these fictional names added a unique touch to the movie, and it was Scorsese's way of acknowledging the influence of Powell and Pressburger on his own filmmaking journey. The fictional cast members, although not actual people, played a role in honoring the legacy of these two renowned filmmakers. The presence of the unrelated Graham Pratt in the cast further added to the tribute, creating an interesting coincidence that only added to the movie's intrigue. Overall, Scorsese's tribute to Powell and Pressburger was a thoughtful and fitting way to recognize their enduring impact on the world of cinema. Martin Scorsese served as the primary editor for the 1972 movie Boxcar Bertha, although he did not receive credit for this work. This was because he was not yet a member of the Editors Guild at the time. Despite this, Scorsese played a significant role in shaping the final cut of the film. Boxcar Bertha is a drama film directed by Martin Scorsese and based on the novel Sister of the Road by Ben L. Rietman. The film tells the story of a young woman, Boxcar Bertha, who becomes involved with a group of railroad workers and hobos during the Great Depression. Together, they turn to a life of crime and violence as a way to survive in a world that has abandoned them. Scorsese's editing work on Boxcar Bertha was extensive, and he was heavily involved in the post-production process. He worked closely with the film's director, Roger Corman, to create a final product that was both engaging and true to the source material. Despite the challenges he faced as a non-guild editor, Scorsese's contributions to the film were invaluable. Although Boxcar Bertha was not a commercial success, it remains an important film in Scorsese's career. It was his first studio film and served as a stepping stone for him to establish himself as a director in Hollywood. Additionally, the film provided Scorsese with the opportunity to hone his craft as an editor, a skill that would serve him well in his future projects. In conclusion, while Martin Scorsese did not receive credit for his editing work on Boxcar Bertha, his contributions to the film were significant. His role in shaping the final cut of the film was crucial, and his work on Boxcar Bertha marked an important milestone in his career as a director and editor. Barbara Hershey's portrayal of the titular character, Boxcar Bertha, in the 1972 movie of the same name is central to the film's plot. Directed by Martin Scorsese, the movie is a crime drama based on the true story of a young woman, Bertha Thompson, who becomes involved with a group of railroad workers and union organizers in the 1930s. Hershey's portrayal of Bertha is both gritty and vulnerable, capturing the character's strength and determination as well as her vulnerability and innocence. The actress's performance is widely regarded as one of her most memorable and impactful roles. Off-screen, Hershey's relationship with her co-star David Carradine added an extra layer of intrigue to the production. The two actors who played lovers in the film began a romantic relationship during filming and later posed for a provocative spread in Playboy magazine. The photos, which were taken after the film's release, caused a stir and added to the film's notoriety. Despite the controversy surrounding the Playboy spread, Hershey's performance in Boxcar Bertha remains a highlight of her long and varied career. The actress, who has been working in film and television for over 5 decades, has appeared in numerous notable films and has won numerous awards for her work. In Boxcar Bertha, Hershey's portrayal of the title character is a central and memorable aspect of the film. Her off-screen relationship with Carradine and the subsequent Playboy spread only added to the film's notoriety and intrigue. Today, Hershey's performance in the film is still regarded as one of her most powerful and impactful. Barbara Hershey, known for her unconventional Hollywood image, was in a relationship with actor David Carradine during the filming of Boxcar Bertha in 1972. Their romantic involvement added an extra layer of complexity to their on-screen chemistry. Following an incident on the set of Boxcar Bertha, Hershey changed her professional name to Barbara Siegel. However, she later reverted back to using her birth name, Barbara Hershey, for her acting career. Hershey's unique image in Hollywood was characterized by her willingness to take on challenging and unconventional roles. This, along with her relationship with Carradine and her name change, made her a notable figure in the film industry during the 1970s. In Boxcar Bertha, Hershey portrayed the titular character, a strong-willed and independent woman who becomes involved with a labor organizer during the Great Depression. The film, directed by Martin Scorsese, was met with mixed reviews, but has since gained a cult following. Hershey's performance in Boxcar Bertha was praised for her ability to convey the character's resilience and determination in the face of adversity. Her portrayal of Bertha was a testament to her versatility as an actress and her commitment to her craft. In conclusion, Barbara Hershey's relationship with David Carradine, her name changed to Siegel, and her unconventional Hollywood image were significant aspects of her career during the filming of Boxcar Bertha in 1972. Her performance in the film further solidified her reputation as a talented and daring actress in Hollywood. In 1972, the movie Boxcar Bertha was released, stirring up controversy due to its explicit content and themes. Directed by Martin Scorsese and based on the novel Sister of the Road by Ben L. Rietman, the film tells the story of a young woman, Bertha Thompson, who becomes involved with a charismatic union organizer during the Great Depression. The movie was controversial for its graphic depictions of violence and sexuality, which were considered quite explicit for the time. The Motion Picture Association of America initially gave the film an X rating, but it was later reduced to an R rating after some cuts were made. Despite the controversy, Boxcar Bertha received mixed reviews from critics. Some praised Scorsese's direction and the film's gritty, realistic portrayal of the Depression era, while others criticized its excessive violence and lack of character development. The film's lead actress, Barbara Hershey, also faced controversy for her decision to breastfeed her son on the Dick Cavett show during the promotion of the movie. Hershey's decision to feed her son beyond 2 years was also criticized, sparking a debate about the normalcy and benefits of extended breastfeeding. Overall, Boxcar Bertha remains a notable film in Scorsese's early career, known for its controversial content and gritty depiction of the Depression era. The film's legacy continues to be discussed and debated among film scholars and fans alike. Boxcar Bertha is a 1972 movie directed by Martin Scorsese, known for his distinctive style and storytelling. While it may not be his most acclaimed work, Boxcar Bertha is still worth watching for its entertainment value. The film is set in the 1930s during the Great Depression and follows the story of a young woman, Boxcar Bertha, who becomes involved with a group of railroad workers and hobos. Together, they form a kind of makeshift family and embark on a series of adventures and misadventures, including robberies and other criminal activities. One of the standout aspects of Boxcar Bertha is its gritty, realistic depiction of life during the Great Depression. The film captures the harshness and desperation of the times, as well as the sense of community and camaraderie that often formed among those who were struggling to get by. The performances in the film are also noteworthy, particularly Barbara Hershey in the title role. Hershey brings a fierce intensity and vulnerability to the character of Boxcar Bertha, making her a compelling and sympathetic figure despite her criminal activities. While Boxcar Bertha may not be Scorsese's most polished or sophisticated work, it is still a powerful and entertaining film that showcases his talent for storytelling and his ability to create memorable characters. It is a recommended watch for those who are interested in American history, crime films, or Scorsese's early work.